and
my
has
gosh.
no peace left for the rest of
People
us.
are crazy, bro. People are crazy. Like, people are crazy, bro. What is this, bro? Like, imagine going to a store and seeing this, bro. Look at the lady in the background, bro. She how I'm feeling right now. What's going on, man? Welcome back to another video. And today, we're watching Nobody Has Manners Anymore, and it shows. Yo, y'all was talking about my mic in the last video, bro. Let me know in the comments if my mic sound good, bro. I can hear my mic. Before I record this video, man, I listened to my mic and I was hearing it, but I wasn't hearing nothing though. So let me know how it sounds down in the comment section below. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into a video. Go ahead and grab some popcorn and some extra stuff because this long video is a 35-minute video. Let's go and get to it.
Manners is a subconscious thing nobody really pays attention to until they're gone. And judging by the conversation
some people, yeah,
online, they're gone.
Our generation has forgotten how to socialize and how to have basic common courtesy.
I'm so glad my parents taught me manners, because I realize more and more every day how many people just genuinely don't know how the f to have manners.
I feel like our generation.
Y'all know I got a yap in the beginning of the freaking video all the time. I was at, and it's not just our generation either. I think it's just people in general, bro. I was at a kava the other day. And you know, I'm getting my food. The ice machine was out. There was no ice in the ice machine. It was this guy. Not gonna say no race, not gonna say nothing. It was this guy. He looks up, ice out. Bro he didn't even bother going over there to ask the guys, can they refill the ice? He didn't ask nothing. He just said ice out, the ice out. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's crazy, bro. You can ask to put some more ice in the ice machine, bro. You feel me? Am I tripping?
Has literally
I
lost
can't be,
all
bro.
sense of manners, and it's time to reel it back in.
And the other places people are noticing it the most are the places we have to share with each other, like movie theaters and stores. And today, stepping into
that
those
looks
shared spaces
atrocious.
is starting to feel like a gamble, because those unspoken, unwritten rules society used to agree on are now being rewritten or just flat out
oh my gosh,
ignored.
I'm surprised that's a Waffle House, bro. Another thing, bro, I had went to go watch Obsession like a couple of weeks ago. It was a minute ago, bro. I'm in the movie theaters, bro. This guy sitting next to me just talking, bro. You know what I'm saying? Just yapping. He's not just talking at a whisper either. He's yapping the whole time. I can hear every word that's coming out his mouth, bro. I'm not trying to hear the words coming out your mouth. I'm trying to hear the words coming from the freaking screen of the people on the TV on the freaking movie theaters, bro. Nobody trying to hear y'all. That's one thing. Movie theaters, it's a hit or miss, bro. And 9 times out of 10, they hit. That one time, they always got somebody that's talking, yapping, making too much noise. They bright phone on. You can see it it's glaring in your eye, all types of stuff, bro. I'm done yapping. That's it.
We've reached a point where people are starting to treat public
people just nasty, bro.
spaces like their own living room, or maybe I should say their own toilet.
When I tell you, I literally saw an audience member piss on the floor. And listen, we don't know people's stories. We don't know.
I've never seen
on the floor.
I've never seen nothing that crazy
floor?
before,
And
bro.
people have collectively had enough. So much so that some are even begging to bring back public shame.
There needs to be a system in place to punish people for behaving poorly.
I'm not mad at that, bro.
Public shaming, because
I'm not mad at that, bro. It's a lot of stuff we need to bring back, and I ain't mad at that
a
one.
lot of people kind of bank on the fact that nobody is going to call them out for their bad behavior when they are around other people.
Somebody,
And so they
shame
do
on
things
you.
that are really shitty, and they don't expect anybody to call them out.
That's exactly
and
what
that
it
bad
is.
behavior that no one seems to be calling out is starting
Oh,
to point to
oh,
another pattern people are realizing.
I don't condone this. They playing.
They
playing, YouTube.
A little less basic.
Y'all want to know the easiest way to piss me off is to not have manners. It's like as the years go on, y'all motherfuckers just get worse.
In today's
true.
video, we're gonna see what happens when a whole society decides they're tired of putting on a performance for everyone else, and how protecting your peace has ruined the peace for the rest of us. Welcome to the Girl Talk you didn't know you needed. Now, I'm not saying you have to subscribe. You're classy. I know you don't just give those away for free, but hopefully at the end of this
you're
video,
right. We don't get them
bestie
subscriptions
enough
away
for you
for
to take
free.
that next step. This public disorderedness didn't happen overnight, and it stands out so much because public spaces used to operate under a completely different set of rules. Now,
Inform
I can
us.
sit here and say they were strict back in the day, but strict and aware are two different things. And all people back in the day were doing was just being aware of the entire system that would fall apart if no one else participated. They were just conforming.
And you got to think, I feel like America is one of those places where we just don't do that. We not following the manners, etiquette. Look at Japan, for example. From what I heard, everybody knows not to, drink while walking and all that extra stuff because they don't want to litter. Their streets are clean. Of course, they got the dirty streets, you know what I'm saying? Every place do, but majority of the places in Japan, they put things in place to keep their place clean. You feel me? Enforce certain things.
Cities are built of something that's far more important than steel and brick and stone.
Steel and brick and stone
is a need which all men have. The need for living together with their fellow.
I wonder what happened to this accent that they had back in the days,
enjoying their friendships and their companionship. And since people must depend upon one another,
you gotta think, everybody was clean. When you think about it, suits was people's casual wear. Bro, people took time waking up in the morning putting clothes together. Now people walk out the house any type of way, bruh. Everybody, if you look in this frame right here, everybody got some type of like dress outfit on. A little trench coat in the back. He got a suit on with a hat. He got a suit on with a gat. He got a suit on with the jack. Nah, I'm playing. But yeah, everybody got something on.
And back then, conforming to society's rules was not optional. Following them was just what was expected if you wanted to be a functioning member of the community. So if you decided to break those basic rules or act out, you instantly became the problem.
Fit in with the group. Don't stand out. Conform in your actions and your appearance.
If you misbehaved, you weren't normal. And the idea of normal is a kind of vegetative state where nothing happens.
Vegetative. I feel like I've seen this
what
actually.
Everybody tried to aspire to.
This
it was
video.
really just about making sure you stayed in line with everyone else and making sure you were normal just like everyone else. And it might.
When this video came out, let me check her. 3 days ago. I had to make sure because I was getting deja vu for a second. Y'all ever get deja vu?
But it reminded me a lot of this.
SpongeBob?
Hi, how are you?
What's the meaning of this?
This was SpongeBob turned circle.
I'm normal.
Normal, huh?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Bro said, yep. The hands on the lap pose.
Waiting to say something stupid.
Hold up.
Wonderful weather we're having.
Hold up. Hold up, y'all. See, you really don't start thinking so closely about shows until you watch it, bruh. How is SpongeBob rolling around in this chair and his feet don't even touch the ground?
Yep.
What?
How he rolling? His feet don't touch the ground. How is he doing that?
Waiting to say something stupid.
What?
Wonderful weather we're having.
This gives us a look into that robotic nature and the polite pleasantries people back in the day had to follow. The way you acted and presented yourself in public was never just about you. It was about how it affected others too. And the idea of being aware of how you show up, that doesn't just apply to public spaces either. Sometimes it applies to responsibilities, priorities, and things we procrastinate, like finding a doctor. Because somehow one of the most important decisions in our lives.
Yeah, that's an ad. I called it.
In the past, people were constantly taking cues from each other on how to behave. That's also why everyone looked and acted so much alike.
Yeah, they all look the same.
Individuality was a sign you were failing to do your part within the public.
And you know what? That's a sad world to live in, though.
And every man comes home from his work about 5 o'clock, comes home, 2 kids maybe, 2 cars maybe some house pets. He'll come into his house and he'll say hello to all his kids. And this is This is all the same.
That's a
Almost
sad
all
world to
much.
live in, bro. I'm
Everybody
kind of
comes
glad
out
things the
in
way it
step,
is now.
And they're all dressed the same, and they all have the same ideas.
Were they joking
And
back in the days?
Teach each other what to think, what not to think, and how to dress, and just what to do.
Now, if you're wondering, Janae, how do manners, public etiquette, and lack of individuality all correlate? Well, manners were just the common language, the common ground everyone used to keep things moving and functioning smoothly. If you didn't have that, you stood out. And back then, standing out was the one thing you were taught not to do, because the way you behaved was the only way to get people to accept you.
A well-mannered group, aren't they? You notice their good manners right away. Good manners make good first impressions. And because your manners are showing all the time, they have a lot
Was she
to do
falling
with
in love
how
now?
well people like you.
If we listen closely to what the narrator said, your manners are showing all the time, and they have a lot to do with how people like you. Basically meaning your value as a person was directly tied to how much of your own ego you were willing to put aside just to make another person comfortable. And it was taught that looking inward or prioritizing your own feelings was a flaw.
He can't go to the formal. Perhaps Marie should include him more.
Dang.
Give him some attention.
Dang.
Like my dress? Okay, I guess.
Won't be Dang.
before you're going to a formal.
Marie concentrated on her brother instead of on herself, and the result was a better personality. So, to improve your personality, concentrate on the other person. Find out how to satisfy
Interesting.
the other person's motives.
And sure, something like this
That sound
can
like
seem
people
as
pleasing to me.
selfishness, which is a quality everyone should strive for. But I can imagine it made a lot of people almost feel out of tune with themselves, turning every interaction people had into basically a performance. But
people
to
pleasing.
keep
Everybody
everyone
people
on
pleasing
track,
in this
society
world.
had guidelines and rule books to follow, and it kept society running so that people would feel comfortable around each other.
Oh, that's right, you had him out.
A cheerful greeting for friends you meet. An inquiry about their welfare. And everyone feels
It's
more
crazy
at
they
ease.
had a whole
That's
TV
what good manners
show
do.
on
They
this
make
stuff, bro.
everyone feel at ease.
May I have some toast, please? Yes, sir. Thank you.
May I? Please? Thank you. These are words of respect. Words that make day-to-day living go
You know,
smooth.
we don't get those
I'm
may
not
outs
showing
and
you
thank
these
yous no
videos
more.
to knock basic manners, like saying good morning, please, and thank you. I'm showing you the steps that were required for every single interaction. It's basically the hi, how are you? Wonderful weather we're having, all over again. This is much deeper than back in the day people had manners. That they did. But we're uncovering how back in the day, the way those manners worked was by training you to prioritize everyone else's comfort.
Speak in low, full tones so that what you say will be pleasing and appealing to the ear. Don't let your voice be high, shrill, and unpleasant just because you're a little excited.
Dang.
Keep it low and pleasing.
They was trying to live in a boring world.
To please others, that doesn't sound very appealing today. But having that control was a sacrifice most people in society understood, because acting out of order would cause disorder. I think you see where I'm getting at. There's something we need to tap into, and that is system cooperation and coordination. And to get a better understanding of how this system worked, we could take a quick look at the sidewalk, a basic way to get from point A to B while also accommodating everyone else.
It's a simple enough matter to give people you meet plenty of room to pass. Good manners again,
Bruh,
and
I
they
hate
put
walking
you-
on the sidewalk with 3 people and you the one walking on the grass because the other 2 people want to walk. And then it's awkward because you can't walk in the front because then you can't talk to them. You can't walk in the back, then you can't talk to them. You talking to their back. So you got to walk on the side, bro. But then walking on the side put you on the grass, bro. I don't want to be on the grass,
A
dog.
good light. Walking slowly. Keeping to the right. More good manners.
And sure, everything might have looked boring or normal, we could say, but it worked, and it was seen just as important as the law.
Our laws are one way of doing this. But just as important as laws are the rules and usages of courtesy and consideration, which we call good manners. They come naturally where people have a high regard for each other.
Nobody light each other's cigarette no more.
Good manners keep things running smoothly.
Society lived like this for a long time, moving within the right lane, prioritizing the predictable flow of the group, but eventually that predictability started to clash with something else, the desire to be seen as an individual.
The 1950s.
What's with
were
that
a decade of
music?
rigid
Like, what type of
social
music is
conformity.
that?
People were
I be having a
expected
lot
to
of
look,
questions.
talk, act, and think like everybody else. It was only a matter of time before that cracked up. In the 1960s, faced with an unpopular war
Okay.
that they were told not to criticize, a significant segment of the younger generation rebelled against their parents, their communities.
This is when the
and their
hippies came
government.
around?
Here's where things started falling apart. Not necessarily in a bad way, but the rise of individuality seemed like a great shift for the individual. Yes, but for society, that might have started raising some concerns.
The 1960s was an era of rebellion. Most of those who rebelled were young. And although they were a minority of their generation, their numbers were sufficient.
I ain't gonna lie. This kind of cool, bro. This is a nice little history
Their
lesson.
beliefs so strong and their behavior so challenging that many mainstream Americans saw them as a significant threat
They look
to the
crazy.
nation's
Why you gotta look crazy to rebel though?
Something like this made a lot of people panic.
There's
They
the
were looking at
hippies.
the younger generation stepping out of line, and they viewed this new celebrating yourself movement as basically forgetting about everyone else. But people just wanted the freedom to be
It
themselves.
makes sense because they're
By the way,
completely
the idea
opposite
of
from
self-exploration
what they
is
was
spreading
usually
rapidly.
doing.
Encounter groups became the center of what was seen as a radical alternative culture.
Then they
based
start
on the
wearing more
development of the
casual
self,
fits.
free of a corrupt capitalist culture.
They doing wrestling.
Freedom to be ourselves.
So, by the late 1960s, people were tired of acting like a robot just to make the world spin. It was the rise of self, loving yourself, and learning about yourself. This was the era of rebellion where we started to see people choosing to be over whatever society told them not to be.
Know what they doing.
corrupt capitalist culture was making people miserable. It was rinse and repeat, commuting to the same 9 to 5, living in the same suburbs, having to control your tongue or your emotions no matter how outspoken or angry you were. And pretty soon, everyone wanted in on this new way of thinking, where
Right.
hundreds of people would gather and learn more about the person they've been staring at in the mirror.
Erhard had invented a system called EST, Erhard Seminar Training. Hundreds of people came for weekend sessions to be taught how to be themselves.
It's crazy how film was made
Felt
so long
inside,
ago,
but we
bro.
could also say
We have
it ended
footage
up
of
also
back then.
changing how we acted outside too. This isn't me saying people found themselves and they stopped saying please and thank you. No, individuality was, hate to say it because it was needed, but it was the rebellion that eventually led to people not knowing how to act outside.
It
Because
kinda
at the end of the
was.
day, how we treat
Hey.
community comes right back down to the basic
They was at
lessons
the
we were
cookout.
taught at birth.
Family
Most people
reunion.
around the world are raised with the idea that they will need to contribute to.
Who else don't really like TED Talks like that? You know what I'm saying? I feel like with TED Talks, people get up, get this mic close to their mouth, and they swear they talking about something, but they don't be talking about nothing.
A group, that they will be part of a group and
Am I
they're dependent
tripping?
on their members. And it affects the way people behave. Other parts of the world, especially the Western world, we raise our children to be independent and to be self-sufficient. And we create a certain independence in society. And it changes behaviors.
Right.
You see the difference?
So now we're moving into the shift. Now we're seeing how teaching people individuality, it isn't necessarily a bad thing, but when the focus shifts entirely to yourself, we can't be surprised when the community stops being a priority and in turn forgets the standards that actually make the group function in the first place, like basic respect for one another.
But the truth is that if you want to be part of a society, then you do actually owe people quite a few things. We owe each other respect, basic care,
Okay,
decency,
yes,
communication,
yes,
and just
yes,
humanity.
And it
yes.
could be the case that
I
most
agree.
people didn't lose basic respect for a stranger or for the public, but protecting their peace became a lot more rewarding than worrying about making
Throw TikTok away, bro. Every time I see a dance on TikTok, that mud just cringy every time. Throw the whole app away, bro.
someone else feel good. It became a choice between being polite to a stranger or just
When we gonna move on to the
Another
next
reason is
app?
also due to the fact that Gen Z is just not used to small talk. They're just not used to small talk and having to do the hey, how are you? How's the weather thing? Like that's just not something that they're as used to.
I was
and
just
exposed
talking to
And
somebody
I think
about
Gen Z is
this.
just in a position where they don't want to fake it. They don't want to fake who they are and fake being nice and fake pleasantries just so that way they can be palatable.
Now, of course, there's a lot of building blocks between the conformity of the past.
I feel like
and
small
the
talk is
Gen
what
Z
starts the
stare.
conversation.
We have decades of people slowly dropping the act. We could look at the 90s with the huge boom of portable headphones, which then aligned great with that
Oh my God.
sarcastic, anti-establishment attitude. And then into the late 2000s, 2010s, where cell phones became the perfect shield to avoid eye contact and small talk. And it just seemed like from there,
We gotta
were
do
finding
better,
even
man.
more ways to choose ourselves and disconnect from the space we're sharing with other people. And the things that the generation did before us, they started to feel performative and fake, especially in the one establishment where you basically have to be performative for a living wage. rage.
I hate that I can't just come to work and do the job. I have to come to work and perform. Why do I have to talk to my boss and laugh at her jokes? Why do I have to say hi to everybody and say, how are you? And say, I'm good. And then say, oh, are you good? Like,
So now, everything should be coming full circle for you. It started with people acting like robots to keep the peace. It shifted into people dropping
To the
the act
hippies.
to find their own peace. And now we're stuck in a world that
Oh my
has
gosh.
no peace left for the rest
People
of
are
us.
crazy, bro. People are crazy. Like, people are crazy, bro. What is this, bro? Like, imagine going to a store and seeing this, bro. Look at the lady in the background, bro. She how I'm feeling right now. Like, what is going on?
Being ruder, or maybe just not being aware of their surroundings at all. It could be either or both. But it's like people are so focused on themselves and what's best for them that they don't think, hey, maybe I should be considerate to the people around me too. Maybe I should at least try to make small talk with the person trying right in front of me.
I'm at the gas station right now paying for my gas, and the two people in front of me in line got asked by the guy at the register, how was your Thanksgiving? Both people, head in their phones, looking down, go, it was good, man, thanks, and they walk out. And the guy just looked like the most sad person on earth when nobody would give him the time of day. Where did we go wrong as a society to not even talk for 3 to 5 seconds to a stranger and make their day?
The phones is where we went
It
wrong.
probably sounds very boomer-esque, very old-timey to say, but maybe we should bring back
Oh, yeah, she
acknowledging the
busting out
person in
edits.
front of us instead of looking at our phones when we're in a room full of people. Let's at least give a head nod or a slight smile when we
Nah,
pass
facts.
a stranger on the street. It's the small things that make outside a bit more comfortable, but sadly, things like that are treated like an invasion of privacy.
He's run all over in a minute. It's true. It's true. She's like running deep, and then pretty soon she's running down your leg, running down your arm.
Dang. It's like at times when you think about it, the norm is becoming abnormal. Like making conversations with people just because you can is becoming abnormal. Even though you're in public, like I can and it's starting to make sense to me. A lot of older folks be doing that. They be making conversations with you like out in the public. And then in your head, you're like, bro, this is weird, bro. I did not invite this guy into my conversation or nothing. But that's what they're used to. They're not used to just being so close knitted on their phone all the time to themselves. You know what I'm saying? I think it's good to make conversation. I think we need to bring that back. We need to start putting our phones down and welcome in more conversation because you never know who you might meet. You know what I'm saying? You mad you don't got no connections. You not trying to talk to nobody. You feel me?
People would try to talk to me because it looks like I haven't got earphones in, but I do. It's very frustrating. Don't talk to me, please.
When a stranger walks up and talks to your baby.
This is sparkling water. She all in my baby face.
And nothing
Wow.
irks my nerves more than when people treat public spaces where interactions are bound to happen like human interaction. with the
Yeah,
same
like
kind
we're
of
human.
convenience.
I ain't
Yes,
gonna lie, this
understand
is
speaking to people.
this video is kind of eye-opening for me. That's kind of crazy. Like, bro, all she did was say your baby is cute, bro. You know what I'm saying? You could just say thank you, keep it pushing. You know?
Public is becoming less common. I don't know, maybe it's because I stay in the South and people will literally pull a conversation out of thin air. They speak, they say good morning. It's actually enjoyable. But casual conversations like this is what makes society function better. And this is how we see people react
This
to
is
it.
very
You know,
so
I don't
eye.
like people,
This is
man.
very eye.
I'm starting to really dislike people, man. I hate when I go into a store and people look at you and they say, how you doing? Bro, you don't give a damn how I'm doing today, man. Why are you even speaking to me?
What is wrong with humanity that some
Bro, dang, bro. I'm really getting a perspective on how the people thinking, bro. And it's kind of sad, bro. A lot of that stuff we be in our own heads about. You know what I'm saying? You think they don't care about how you doing because you in a negative headspace. Because you don't care about how other people doing. That's why you think like that. But in reality, they could dang well enjoy people's company and they want to know how you doing, especially if y'all are like bumping into each other, like y'all you know what I'm saying, cross paths or something, or reaching for the same thing. Like, matter of fact,
people need
that's
to be
crazy.
acknowledged. I don't need you to say hi when you walk past me. I don't want
Dang!
to we can just exist in our own spheres. I don't understand how it's
Yo!
if I don't acknowledge the existence of the other people around me. What does my acknowledgement mean to you?
Now, I completely understand.
Dang, people really like this? Wow.
And social anxiety is a thing. Trust me, if one person was to understand, it's me. So while you don't have to smile and shake every stranger's hand, I think what a lot of people are missing nowadays are the simple social graces that make being around each other feel less awkward.
Why are people so rude nowadays?
Wow.
I've been trying
this
to
is crazy,
put more effort
bro.
into like saying hi to strangers, like making eye contact with them. Most of them, if they make eye contact with me, their face gets like angry.
You're run into someone's path, or you're saying excuse me or sorry, or you're saying hi, hello on a bike path, and people just blank face you like this.
They do be doing that.
And these could be things that people barely even notice or think are rude. And yeah, it's very small instances, like accidentally bumping into somebody and saying sorry, holding the door a little longer for the person walking behind you so it doesn't hit them on the way out, accepting something you don't even want just to be polite to the person handing it to you.
Might be an unpopular opinion, but if I'm at a birthday party and we just get done singing happy birthday and that person is going around trying to hand out cake, and would you like a slice? Would you like a slice? Yeah, I will take a slice of that cake, even if I don't like the flavor, because you look around at adults nowadays and people are, they look like this. Would you like some cake? And they're like, no. They look like disgusted, right? And it's just rude.
I feel like even if you don't eat cake, I feel like there's a way you can go about it while saying no, but also being like kind of cool about it. You know what I'm saying?
Why would I accept food when I don't even want it? I know,
but I'd be like, you know what? I'll try it.
But it
You
goes
feel me?
right back to the past tense when people had to control their emotions to accommodate others. It's just the principle and not being rude to other people because of your preferences, even if your preference is ignoring the person right in front of you. There's a growing amount of people that see the open space of the world as only their space.
Wow.
Behind you. Coming around, sorry. Sorry, you're good.
On your right.
She ain't even like,
Sorry. No worries.
she ain't even worried about it.
We get it. This is your world. We're just living in it. But how inconsiderate do you have to be to work out in front of a stage?
It's a lot of inconsiderate people out here,
And then
bro.
on top of that, you're so oblivious to people literally dodging your punches.
Well, why is it that you feel like you can take the whole public space away and then wear headphones so that people can't speak to you when they're trying to get past you? And it just creates this awkward back and forth that could have been avoided if you can hear or at least position yourself so that you can see everything that's happening around you. This is a small staircase and she's taking up the whole public space. She got her back turned against the world, and now people have to try to maneuver around her so that they don't get punched in the face.
It makes us realize how crucial spatial awareness was in the past because it trains society to actually look at others and work around them. Remember earlier when we discussed the flow of...
Yeah, and that's another thing too that I realized, even with myself. How often are you looking around your environment? You know what I'm saying? I feel like a lot of people, we so caught up in not making eye contact with people. I know that'd be me sometimes. Or not like being in people's place, being in people's way. You tunnel vision. You know what I'm saying? You looking at your phone. If you put your phone down for a second and actually look around at your area, you know what I'm saying, and walk, you know what I'm saying, look at people, look at items, you know what I'm saying? You got to stare, but pay attention. The world opens up. You feel me? The whole world opens up, dog.
The sidewalk, getting from point A to B, and how to be polite about it. That seems so small, but it's crucial and honestly the epitome of how public manners are dying. Because if we can't share a basic sidewalk, how are we supposed to share the whole world?
No, it is way too cold for us to be taking up the entire sidewalk like this. Come on, I got places to be. It's freezing, I can't feel my face. We gotta go.
Nevertheless, sidewalk etiquette is an unspoken code of conduct that most people understand, and I say most with not a lot of confidence, but it's only going downhill from there because in a space where there's an actual
I think I know sidewalk etiquette.
People are now taking that exact same entitlement into them, and it's not going over well.
Took my daughter to go see The Little Mermaid in Orlando, and this happened.
Why everybody always getting into fights, bro? That's another thing too, man. People don't know how to control their emotions, bro. You know how many public situations that I was in? I've never gotten into one public fight, bro. A lot of people don't know how to control their emotions. Dang. This is the type of stuff you see on
my ticket. No, we getting a refund.
This is the type of stuff you see on a bootleg DVD back in the days when you used to get them from the dude selling them outside of the freaking barbershop.
The movie theater has one main unwritten rule: sit down and be quiet for max 2 hours. And for a long time, that was the basic rule everyone knew to follow. Before the movie, they
People
showed a
can't do
quick clip
that.
that warned you, keep your mouth shut, cell phones off. But not every situation comes with clear rules. You just have to get a feel. And when it comes to laughing out loud, there are no rules saying you can't. But when the laughing out loud in question is just you going out of your way to disturb everybody in the room, that's when it becomes a problem.
Yelling at the movie theater because people trying to laugh louder than us.
Bro.
The standards people used to have in movie theaters seem a lot lower now. And depending on who you ask, the reason why is pretty obvious. A lot of people are blaming the pandemic for the circumstances. Maybe being at home watching a movie and still having the option to scroll on your phone made it so that a lot of people just adapted to
Bro,
this.
how you got a
and went to place where
laptop
they
in a
shouldn't.
movie theater, bro?
The world has changed.
I've never
Most
seen
people
that.
still get it.
Yes.
There are people, and there is an age factor, but it's also just the
Wild.
comfortability.
Agreed.
There is this idea of like, I do what I
Child
want. It's like,
podcast.
yes,
But
you go to a place where we're all like going to do a thing.
but
so
there's
shut the
there's
fuck
no
up.
thought about
'Cause
others.
No.
The
Who
growing
are these
conversation
guys?
of people talking, screaming, just doing a lot in movie theaters is very hard to ignore, especially when the entire experience depends on everyone else cooperating. Some people blame it on teenagers, and yes, the younger generation definitely does have their part in this.
Tonight, I had the worst theater experience of my entire life. And like once I saw the age demographic, the amount of people that already have their phones out, the fact that like half of them brought blankets, like I knew it was gonna be not silent. Talking, laughing, vaping, coughing.
I do not want teenagers in the movie theaters. They won't stop talking.
That's a crazy take. I ain't gonna lie. That's a crazy take. And I don't know about her making this TikTok. I think I just cringed.
But I truly think the conversation is about the expectation and the cooperation that we stopped having for each other. People just don't care about other people anymore to care how they'll feel. They mainly care about what they're doing and how it makes them feel. And you're in the wrong if you actually want peace.
The amount of comments I've gotten saying that I should be watching a movie at home instead of in theaters because I don't want to listen to people talk during the movie it's baffling. Because isn't the number one rule of movie theaters to be silent? But I should be the one who has to watch it at home because I don't want to listen to other people talk.
And a lot of people talk at the screen while they're watching a movie. I do too. But I don't think they realize how rude it is to do it in a theater full of other people. The thing that made those living room habits so easy to bring into the theater, we could say, are the phones. It seems like our phones make it easier to forget where we are.
Telling you, it's that
because
technology,
even the one
bruh.
place where the rule should be enforced the most, it's actually being encouraged.
There is a movie theater chain that is now encouraging people to go on their phones during the movie, and I feel like I live in Crazy Town. The Alamo Drafthouse is known for two things. First, full service meals, and two, no talking and texting. You would write down what you wanted on a card, push a button, the waiter would come, pick up the card,
I
and
like
bring you
that.
food. They are getting rid of that service
What?
and now having people order everything online before and during the movie. If someone is texting,
Come
scrolling
on,
Instagram,
bruh.
or putting on an online order, they're still on their phones.
Come on,
Yeah,
bro.
that movie theater is just letting people order food on their phones now, but it's those small changes that over time
I like that
teach
writing
people they
one,
no longer
bruh.
have to adjust themselves to the space they're in. But eventually, that starts to create tension between the other people in society just trying to enjoy
What'd she
their
say?
surroundings.
I need a security over here now. Because these ladies and this whole section's gonna vouch for it. You wanna make a scene? I'm gonna make a scene.
This got to be an
It's
acting
okay
or
to sing
something. bro.
along during a Broadway performance. And you just know everyone around that guy is so happy he spoke up because everybody in that section wanted to say something.
They're calling it the Broadway crash out because he was quite literally crashing out over something most people thought was common sense. You
What
could
did he do?
disagree with his approach, you could call his course of
What did he-
actions
what did he
wrong,
do?
but this is what happens when people choose their own comfort and enjoyment over the entire auditorium just trying to enjoy the show too.
Oh,
now,
she's
imagine
singing
what
to
happens
it.
when you try to incorporate public etiquette into a space where people are encouraged to let loose. It doesn't end well.
Plugs.
Now, I wanted to save this space's lack of etiquette for last because honestly, if there's any place people
Concerts.
think the rules shouldn't apply, it's at a concert. Concerts are a space where people can let loose, enjoy music, and see their favorite artists perform.
I haven't
You don't
been
have
to
to
many
sit down or
concerts, so
stay
I don't know
quiet. You
concert
can be on your
etiquette like that,
phone.
bro.
There's not much etiquette to it. There's just one thing. Concert etiquette might be a bit looser, but it's not non-existent.
Right. There's certain things that people do that they know this is crazy. Like, don't be screaming at the top of your lungs knowing that I'm hearing it. You know, it's certain, you maybe when the music loud enough you can scream, but you screaming for no reason.
We get it. You're enjoying the music. You want to sing. Who said singing was off limits at a concert? No one.
Flashing lights. Flashing lights.
I had to plead with these 14-year-old girls to stop shrieking at the top of their lungs. My ears were ringing. I was like, guys, please. Like, you can sing as much as you want.
Yeah.
But the literal shrieking is insane.
It's like you pushing your voice.
Though. The performer, on the other hand, is a whole different conversation.
Throwing stuff at them.
Parasocial many people can
they be throwing stuff, hopping on the stage and stuff. Oh, what are you doing? Oh,
personal, even though they're sharing it with thousands of other people. Thankfully, they have barriers and barricades, maybe a higher platform, and all the audience has to do is enjoy the music and the performance. But no, they want to take it a step further.
What that is? Flowers? Oh. Ooh. She can't even sing her song.
Performers on stage is becoming a huge issue, and even though concerts are seen as a place to let loose, there's still some sort of etiquette within it. There's still a level of respect that you have to show for the room and the person.
You gotta dodge items and stuff.
You bought your ticket. You probably paid hundreds of dollars to be there, but you still owe everyone common courtesy.
Were they throwing stuff at Michael Jackson concert?
Same thing everyone else is asking for: a little bit of consideration.
Go home. I swear to God, I will. Don't throw shit else on this mother stage, okay? I don't know whose phone this is. I don't plan on handing it back. I don't plan on looking for you. I don't want to know. Anything else come up on this stage? Me and my band getting off and going home. That's disrespectful. Okay?
Oh.
See what I'm saying, bro? Damn.
She finna cry.
Oh my God, who threw that? Stop throwing shit. That shit got hit in the face.
At the end of the day, public etiquette has a lot more to it than handshakes and saying please and thank you. It's really just about making sure we can all coexist in the same place without making it harder for each other. And yes, protecting your peace is everything because not everybody deserves your kindness. But
speaking of Michael
a little
Jackson,
bit of consideration can make the world spin a little bit smoother. Thank you for tuning into the Girl Talk You Didn't Know
this
You
was a
Needed.
good video, man. I'm glad I could tap in with the Girl Talk. If y'all enjoyed this video, make sure y'all like, comment, subscribe, and get me to 5,000 subscribers. We're almost there. I'm going to be pumping out videos for the rest of the week. Hold me to it. 3 videos a day for the rest of the month. Let's get it. It's the 23rd. Let's get it.